Okay, my PHP admin is already open, so I'll just go ahead and create a database for it. So I'll just create the same name I use on my environment, Courier. So after that, I want to confirm from the one on my environment file if it matches. As you can see, it matches. That's the one I used earlier, Courier. So I will just check my app folders and see if everything is intact. As you can see, everything is intact. My model has been created, the role and the user. Okay, the next thing, I'll go to my database, my migrations folder. Okay, I have my users table here. So on the users table now, I will just go ahead and fill up the table on what I need on the database. So I'll just go ahead and create the role and the branch ID. I'm trying to create something that I have both admin and staff. So we have already given the role in our seed listen. So I'll just use the table here pointing at role ID. So in the role ID will use an integer so that it takes an integer. So the table will be called role ID, and then I will just proceed and create another integer for the branch ID. So I will still use an integer in this field for the branch ID. We need the name. Yes, we need name. We need email. So the email is unique, as already given to us by Laravel. The next thing we will need right now is the username. We need the username, and usernames will have to be a string and it has to be unique. So I'll have to put it there, unique. The next thing here, we're going to fill up, I think, address. Yeah, we'll need the address also. So address can be text. Can use a text for address, and I think we can leave the address nullable. Now the next thing here is the table string city. We can use city. I think let's add city. Yeah, we need pin. So we can also leave the pin as a string and nullable. And the next thing here is, okay, let's add country. We'll add the country also. Say nullable too. We have description. We'll leave the description as a text. Then the next thing is what else? A phone number. So let's have phone number. So have table. The phone number has to be a string. And the phone number too will be nullable. Okay, we will need an image. Lastly, we need an image. Let's have a default image. We can use something like a string image pointing at default. We can use default.png. This will automatically cancel, rename the image saved to the database as default.png. So we have filled for the migration table. We also need to fill for the users table. We also need to fill for the role table, like I've shown you before. So the role table will just carry the name. So going to be string name. Okay, that's it. I think we can proceed to the database. Let's go to the seeders and see if the seeders is complete. Before we migrate, I think we need to check the seeders. Okay. In any way, migrate. PHP assistant make seed user seeder. We have to create for the role seeder. We have to create for the role seeder. We have to fill it up before the migration. As you can see, my seeder has been created successfully. So I'll just go ahead now and fill the role ID on the seeder to the database. So this version of Laravel requires that I use a /db. In other versions, you might not really use the lower versions. You might not really use the /. So my table pointing at the users now show. I have. Okay, I'll give you the value of 1, the branch ID. We have also the value of 1. Then the name. I will just go ahead and use my name. I'll just go ahead and use my name for this example. But then I'll use the email. I can just use admin email for this. Okay, the next thing I'll do is to put the username. So I'll still have the username as admin. So we can now encrypt our password. Okay, let me have have the password as password. Trying to think of something else right now. Okay, having achieved this, we'll close it, please. We just have to copy the exact thing for users and use it for the staff. So I'll just change the value. Use staff at staff.com. Username should be staff. You can just leave the password. Okay, on the row seeder now, I will just pull up this table quickly. So our first one, the first row, the name will be admin. Then we can now have here admin, use admin. Please don't forget to close it. If you're following up, don't forget to close. I'll just copy the exact thing and use on the staff. I'll just change the admin to staff. No, the admin instead. Okay, I'm done now. The next thing, I need the database seeder. We need to also fill in the database seeder. Okay, this is the seeder. The user seeder class. I'll do the same thing for the row seeder class. With this we can now move into migrate our table to the database. Please don't forget to save the work. Okay, having this done, okay, let me view the user and the row model. Let's have it before we just leave out here to the control. So the public function user, we have to return this to, let's return, okay, belongs to the address. We have to use the right address, app/models/ the name of the model. I think we're done here. We'll do the same relationship with the users, with the user model. Okay, the users model now, I'll go down and create a function here. Okay, so we have to also return this to the model. Okay, having done this, we can now migrate our table to the database ID. Okay, so now PHP artisan migrate. I think everything is set right now. Can also can migrate before we seeding into the project. Um, just trying to check my connectivity. Okay, okay, okay. Let's just wait for it to migrate. Um, okay. The migration has started already and is done. The next thing is for us to PHP artisan DB seed so that we can seed in um, our seeders. You can see everything is done now. We'll just take you back to the database PHP my admin. You see, just refresh the table and you see that tables have been created and filled. Okay, yeah, you can see tables, you can see the users. You can see the users and the staff, my name and the staff. Also go back there, you can check the rows. Remember we saved the rows as an integer, so we just get their ID and the name. I think that's it for this class.